Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, the Somalis got the greatest wake-up call of all. And they are the ones who should have gotten it because they have come here with the most arrogance, I think, of any African descended group of people. Worse than the Jamaicans, worse than the Nigerians, and that takes some doing. But the Nigerians know when to pull back. The Somalis don't. The Nigerians know that as long as they keep their insults directed to Black Americans, they're safe. The Somalis feel like they can just throw their insults around to Black Americans and white Americans. They routinely make fun of white Americans. As a matter of fact, some of the Somalis, and I'm not going to say all of them, but some of them have taken on white talking points to the nth degree, calling into Black talk shows, calling us monkeys. I heard that recently. Using all of the talking points that the white supremacists use. And they don't believe in racism. One of them called into a podcast and said she didn't believe in racism. That was just something that Black Americans made up, and we're just playing the victim all the time. And, you know, they always talk about us being on welfare. Well, come to find out, they're getting more welfare than anybody. The Somalis are really cleaning up when it comes to welfare and food stamps and scamming and just trying to beat their way. So this wake-up call that they're getting now is really very much in order. They're finding out the hard way what America is all about because you wouldn't have been able to tell them. There is no way they would have listened and believed you when you told them that you are going to get a wake-up call because nobody sees you as being white. One of them, and this was an Ethiopian, and the Somalis and the Ethiopians are very much alike. An Ethiopian even said that the Ethiopians were not Black, they were the darkest of the white people. And then that little Somali guy that walks around with a hat on all the time, that looks like he is the reincarnation of buckwheat, sat up on a podcast and told the white men that they were kin to the Jews and the Arabs. So I'm assuming now, based on that, that they are kin to everybody except the people that live around them, like the Kenyans and the Ugandans and the Tanzanians, or however they call themselves. They're kin to the Jews, the Arabs, the Icelanders, the Finnish, you know, the polar bears at the Arctic Circle, the penguins down at Antarctica, the Eskimos, and their igloo houses. So they're akin to everything white, but nothing Black. So this wake-up call has been very interesting to see because not only is he running because not only are they trying to run the Somalis out, they also ended the temporary protective status of the Ethiopians. So everybody who thought they were safe because they weren't a Black American and they hadn't been enslaved in the United States for all that time, they were all getting the wake-up call. They're all getting the wake-up call. But the Somalis are getting the greatest ones because they have shown the most arrogance based on what we see. And now this is what they're up against.
So there are 80,000 people of Somali descent in your state, but the president has been very focused, not just on them, but on you. In this extraordinary cabinet meeting, he said Somalis, quote, come from hell. They complain and they do nothing but bitch. Take a listen.
These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. We don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it. Thank you very much, everybody.
That knocking is vehement agreement from his cabinet members there. I just wonder what the reaction is in your district to have that from the highest office in the land.
It's disgusting. It's completely disgusting. These are Americans that he is calling garbage. And we feel like there is an unhealthy obsession that he has on the Somali community, and an unhealthy and creepy obsession that he has with me.
I don't know that obsession is the right word. I think they are disgusted with the Somali people, especially with her. I believe that many Americans are looking at them from the standpoint that you came here as refugees and we were generous towards you, and you have shown no appreciation for the generosity that the country has shown you. There is a degree of resentment toward the Somali people at this point, and Ilhan Omar is not helping the case at all. But I don't think America is obsessed with them as if thinking that there's something special. I think disgusted would be a better word.
I think it is also really important for us to remember that this kind of hateful rhetoric and this level of dehumanizing can lead to dangerous actions by people who listen to the president.
And 95% of the Somalis in your state are U.S. citizens.
Yes.
Just for clarity there.
And another thing that they're learning the hard way is that all American citizenship is not the same. And I think that it's going to take some time for them to learn that. But all American citizenship is not the same. Also, according to Homeland Security, half of those Somalis up there, that citizenship was done through fraudulent means. So they said they're going to go through all of those immigration papers again to see whether or not they're all legitimate. So they may not even be here legally. That citizenship might be a part of the fraud and the scamming that they're doing up there. But the Somalis have gotten the worst end of it. I mean, I have to keep saying this. I have never heard a president talk about a group of people from the Oval Office the way Donald Trump has talked about the Somalis.
I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
Now, that's what he and a lot of his followers think about the Somalis. When they were thinking that they were an ancient people, that they were disconnected from the other African people, that they were some special people, they come to the United States with that old world mentality, and this is what they get. We don't care about what their ancient history is in the New World. We have had a New World experience here in the United States that we survived. We may have been old world people too before we got here. But once we got here, we had a New World experience, and we tried to share that experience with other people like us who look something about like us. They didn't want to hear it because they come from an ancient civilization, according to them. An ancient civilization that has gone with the wind and is no longer viable. And they're here trying to make a living here with that old world mentality. So they will have to learn the hard way. So I still say the Somalis have gotten the greatest of the wake-up calls of all of the people. The Cubans were shocked. The Indians were shocked. The Mexicans were shocked. The Nigerians were shocked. All of them were shocked. All of them were shocked because they thought they had a higher status here than they actually have. But the Somalis are the most shocked of all. And they haven't even seen the worst of it yet. I don't think they've seen the worst of it, but we'll see. We will see. And it's nothing like a good bald lesson. And that's what they're getting. Okay. Let me know what you think about the video and have a good day.